been called to do. People, this is what I'm saying, and I'm going to get right into it, using myself just now police officer. At a high school basketball game, mentoring students, a 6'4", 220-pound cop approached me at a high school basketball game, claimed that my roommate, sorority sister, had run onto the court. Just give me a few minutes. And going to check on her, I write about this in the book, y'all gonna get a book, and going to check on her, that cop choked me. I was, at 12 years old, diagnosed epileptic. I had seizures growing up. My story is a funny story, but I'm grateful for my story now because I can share my story. At the end of the day, the bottom line is I was arrested from the hospital. He choked me into a seizure. 10 years ago this year, he choked me into a seizure down in Champaign, Urbana. I was arrested from the hospital because that same police officer say I choked him. 19 months later, I decided not to take a plea bargain. Growing up on the block as I do, you know, sometimes you just can't cop out. You got to cop in faith, but I ain't got time to talk to y'all about that. I'm going to stick to it. 19 months later, they convicted me, class 3 felon, aggravated battery. The 6'4" cop said that I threatened his life and beat him up. I don't have time to really go into the story because we got to keep the program going. What am I saying? It's serious out here. You all already know that. It's not a game. But it was something empirically important about what I decided to do. They gave me a felony, but I left with another piece of paper called a PhD. They thought that they were convicting me, but I was convicted in another way. Our stories are important. And I'm going to tell you just 3 things I will have you to do as I take my seat. The name of my book is Champions Break Chains. The name of my company is Blackademically Speaking. I'm cool with being black. I'm cool with being academically savvy. Blackademically speaking is a word that I made up. You can speak blackademically, be smart, be cool with being black and smart. It was smart black people that built this country. Ain't no white people only as smart. So authentically, Champions Break Chains. As you enter this summer, I feel it is important that I just give you 3 principles. 3 things. Just 3 things that I would ask that you do. Because epilepsy couldn't take my career and my life. Having a brain tumor didn't take my life. That cop choking me didn't take my life. My friends growing up in Woodlawn and them dying, I live with them on my mind. I don't wear a t-shirt with them on it. I don't have nothing wrong with that. But I wear their faces in my heart. Everywhere I go is where they are with me because t-shirts fade. Let that marinate. Champions break chains, and then I'm taking my seat. I'm going to ask you to break 3 chains for me. Because you're champions. I don't care what counselor's telling you, you can't be something, kill that. I don't want nobody look to my left, look to your right. When you get here 4 years, they won't be here. Kill that. We're living a new world right now, and I believe that the next pilot, the next lawyer, the next doctor, the next artist, the next surgeon is in this room. But I'm here to tell you. And let me take a moment. Lupe, I'll come to you in a second. Let me take a moment. Let me take a representative. Let me take a moment. I don't care what the lot looks like. I don't care if it's a vacant lot. You don't have to have vacant thinking. Abandoned buildings don't mean you abandon kids. I don't care what you're going through. At the end of the day, you're bigger than your circumstances. In fact, if you will allow your circumstances to define you, you will be the social worker called back to the people who are going through what they're going through. Break the chains, number 1, 3, and I'm done. The first thing I want you to do is break the chain of fear. Stop being scared to be great. George Washington, Carter G. Woodson, foolishness. I created a company, and I'm going to give away some shirts too. I'm claiming today, even if you're a freshman or sophomore, I've been speaking, as I said, at graduations, we've been doing the shirts. I don't want you to call yourself a graduate now. I want you to claim the year you graduating today. So if you're the class of 2014, I don't want to hear 2014. If you're the class of 2013, I don't want to hear class of 2013. I want you to add your year 2013 and 8 more years 2021, because you got a bachelor's to get, a master's to get, and a doctorate to get. Not for the sake of saying, as I choose not to say I am Dr. Gill. No, because we need PhDs to come back to the hood and get the GED so we can change our hoods. Get rid of foolishness. I get it. See, I gotta be real. All the smoking don't. I don't want to hear you talking about you get high if you can't go high. I don't want to hear you talking about I can sag my pants. You can do whatever you want to do. The empirical question on the table is, in analysis, is that sagging in your pants conducive to where you want to go with your future life? Say it again. Rewind. Sure, why not? At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do, but that does not mean what you're doing is going to help you to get where you need to be. So the question ain't whether or not you can do it. The question is whether or not what you're doing is going to help you to get to where you need to be. My sisters and brothers, watch what you wear, watch what you think, and watch what you say. Watch what you post on Facebook, because sometimes, I'm telling you, people will come back and look at what you posted, and you will call it entertainment. I'm going to keep moving, because I don't want nobody in here to think about this. Kill the foolishness. Break the chains of fear. Break the chains of foolishness. I don't care what you tweet. You ain't going to be able to tweet college success if you don't work hard for it. But I'll come back and talk another time as I travel the country. I see that our students and our children are the same everywhere. I get the statistical data. I don't care about the statistical data. I care about who I'm talking to, and that's you. I get emotional because I know it's a war for your mind. You want to impress somebody this summer? Utilize this pep rally. Utilize the energy you'll get today. And instead of, as I say all the time, instead of being on Facebook, put your face in a few books this summer. And I'll give you a call for free. Never bills, warriors don't cry. You want to go deep, ISIS paper, Judas factor, I can go a little deeper. Champions break chains, no pun intended, I'll give y'all a couple copies. Autobiography of X, autobiography of King. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the statistics don't matter, because you have the awesome privilege and responsibility of changing your conditions. The last F, would anybody like to take a stab at it for a free book? What do you think the last F is? Say break the chains of fear. The second thing is break the chains of foolishness. Anybody else want to give me the third one? Where they think I'm going? Break the chains of failure. Get that girl a book. Where's my book? Please give her a book. Break the chains of failure, and I'm going to take a seat. Break the chains of failure. I want to take the time to thank all of the staff and thank everyone for having me. It's been a rough day. I have a lot of stuff going on, so I thank God for you all. I thank God for the students, Brother Sharif. I thank this is happening. This program. I thank you. Break the chains of failure. Let me tell you. I said, why don't you think this is happening? Why you can't believe this is happening? The nigga said, because you know you ain't kicking like that. You down here. I'm talking about the business office. I'll give it to her. And doing all these different things came up to me in my department. And I said to them something that was quite simple. What it taught me was, I don't care how many degrees you have. It seemed that people in my department thought that just because they were PhDs, they forgot that they was BLACK. They get caught up in the acronyms. But I never could get caught up in the acronyms because I grew up on 61st and Dorchester. 2 blocks north of me was this big University of Chicago. 2 blocks south of me was poverty, prostitution, and the people who was pulling people's heads. So I had a choice at the beginning of my life to choose which direction I wanted to go to. A university that would pay $40 million to study poverty, let that marinate. Pay $40 million to study poverty, or the people who I lived by who were in poverty. Failure. You have to break the chains of failure. I don't care if your father is locked up physically downstate or if your mother's locked up in her mind. You have to break the chains of failure. You have been called to change Heal yourself. Some of you have been abused and all that. I get it. We're going to really do this. Let's talk about it. Break the chains of fear, foolishness, and failure. Come back to school next year with this challenge from me. Champions break chains. I dare you to say coming into school next year that you're going to give me 21 days of straight A's. Too many of y'all are excited about B's and C's, and I got a problem with that. My goddaughter sitting right there. She just finished a 600-page book last year. She's in 7th grade. The greatest people before you are the ones who just dare to study. She ain't no better than none of y'all. Just apply yourself. Come back to school this summer when you're back. Focus on it after this summer. Give me 21 days of straight A's. Now y'all sitting there like, wait a minute, how am I going to do that? Well, all you got to do is go home and study. It ain't nothing hard about negative B plus minus square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. You just learned it. Ain't nothing hard about 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 70, 91, 104. You just study it. Ain't nothing hard about math.